Hi, I'm Tom Craven, and I'm going to discuss whether we should be trying to be creative or not while we're in this pandemic. So let's get into the video. So we're in quite an odd time in history, I suppose, where we're in the middle of a pandemic and no one really knows what to do or not do. I definitely need to get a haircut. I am very aware of that. But it's whether should we be trying to be creative or not? Should we try and force ourselves to be creative? And I think the answer lies with whether it makes you happy or not. So for instance, last week I did not make a video, not because I didn't have time. It was because I just didn't feel motivated to make the video that I wanted to make. I wanted to make a very upbeat video about how people are coping with the pandemic and how we're going to come out the other side, but I just didn't feel like it. I just wasn't in the right place. I was just feeling a bit meh, so I didn't make it. I didn't force myself either. That was the thing. And I've also not made myself feel bad about not making that video. Like, it's fine just to not do it. We're in a very weird position where actually I don't think anyone really knows what we should be doing. But it's a case of whether it makes you happy. If it positively impacts your life, trying to force yourself to be creative in some way, then yeah, then try and do it. But obviously there's got to be a fine line of when you're just forcing yourself, trying to make yourself feel like it's worthwhile and that's what you should be doing, and whether that goes too far and actually makes it that you're just pushing yourself to try and do something that actually you don't need to do right now. Maybe after all this has kind of happened and we're back to normal life, whatever that's going to look like in the future, then maybe that'll be the time for you to actually be creative. But maybe right now isn't the time. So I think that's the key, is whether it actually makes you happy to be creative. Like today, I'm in a very good mood and I want to make a video, which is why I'm making this a video. But the last week I've just not felt like doing it. And it's a case of just knowing where your limit is and how far to actually push yourself. So what I'm trying to really say is, it's okay. It's okay if you don't want to do anything and you just want to sit there and watch reruns of the same TV shows that you've been watching forever because it's comfortable. That is fine. But also, if it means that actually, even if you don't particularly get a whole lot out of the process of trying to be creative, if it's just to busy your mind, then obviously go for it. Because I think right now we're in a time where there's a lot of time for people to just sit there and kind of mull over what's going on and to just kind of get deeper into a pit that they might not be able to get out of. And I think it's a case of we just need to be careful. Like for me, I know that I need to keep creating, or at least trying to create something, whether it's rubbish or not, just to busy my mind a little bit. There's always going to be that point where actually it's unhealthy, the amount that I'm trying to push it, and that's what I need to recognize to stop. And luckily last week I was able to do that. Just go, no, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to actually try and do it because I know that it won't positively impact me right now. If you're seeing a lot of people online who have been productive with their time, where they're learning new skills or they're being creative or whatever it is, or doing a bit of DIY or something like that, don't feel bad that you're not. It's fine. We all cope in different ways. Some people need to be as busy as possible so that they just don't have that breakdown. Others need to process it and think about it and just actually go over it because it's helpful for them. And it's finding out what works for you and not comparing yourself to others. And I hope that there's at least one person who watches this and realizes it's fine what they're doing. And also it goes the other way. If actually sitting at home and doing very little is not going to be helpful for you, and actually you need to busy yourself because it's just the best way for you to cope right now in this situation, then do it. I definitely have my days where I decide to do very little and just watch reruns of shows I've already seen 100 times. And then there's other days where I want to be creative and I want to make videos or photos, or I want to edit or do this, that and the other. And it just depends for me on how I'm feeling right there. But I think just having the awareness of actually this is good for me or it's not good for me and I need to stop. It's just knowing that. So really, I think the takeaway from this video is don't compare yourself to what everyone else is doing or not doing. Just do what is best for you right now in this time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Take care.